Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you may be listening to this. This is Men on a Podcast, episode 22, brought to you by Fezek Athletics. I'm Rock, and I'm here with my brothers, my brethrens. Got Frank and Greg. What's going on, fellas? How y'all been, man? We did this in a while. Everybody's been busy taking
Man.
care of some stuff. Yeah, it's that time of the year, right?
Yeah, chaos and busy, and kids busy, work busy.
Time of the year, bro. Greg, I
Yeah,
know you that time of the year for you starting.
Yeah, pretty much going from political season to Christmas season, and
After that, even after that, it's busy for y'all with the returns and all that other stuff, right?
yeah,
Like,
so it's
so
our time of the year, you
yeah,
know.
man. But I mean, it's good we could get together though and probably,
Mhm.
catch up. This, like I say, this gives us a time. I mean, of course, like I say, with all us having these busy lives and family and stuff like that, at least this gives us some time to sit down and catch up with each other and make sure everybody's good in the mental health and physical and all that stuff. But let's jump into something that just happened close to home, in Philadelphia, man. On Monday, 27-year-old was shot and killed by the police in West Philadelphia. Man. A knife, and looking at the videos, I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the video, but the way it looked is like it was called to the scene, and he was had a knife, and then
pocket knife.
yeah, and then he's walking towards him. I mean, they was telling him like, put the knife down, and then he was walking towards him, and they opened fire. Now, they say it was like at least 9, 10 bullets. So, but it was a lot.
13.
That's what I
13.
thought. I thought it was like 12, 13. But
Yeah, they had 13
regardless,
markers down.
like they opened two officers opened
Close.
fire close ranged, and you know now that young man is dead. Newlywed. They say his wife is expecting any day now. So I don't know, man. Like, what's your thoughts, man? Do you blame the cops? Could they have handled it differently? With him having a knife, and knife being considered a deadly weapon. Like, what do y'all think, man? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just a warning shot. Maybe a wounding shot. Even though I heard that's not how they're trained. They're not trained to
Yeah,
to
that's
to, to they're trained
to
to if
take
they
that,
if yes,
take the threat, take the
yeah,
threat down,
yeah,
neutralize it. Excuse me, neutralize the threat.
yeah.
For me, like, uh, this is a tough one because it there's a weapon involved. Whether you think they got, like, if he's coming forward towards them with aggression, you know what I mean, and it's
Mhm.
out, they can't take the chance. You know what I mean? Like, uh, it's one of those things where hindsight, you wish, hey, shoot him in the leg. You know what I mean? Shoot him in the arm to get him to
Mhm.
drop it.
Mhm. Mhm.
In the moment, like, I just hate the fact that there were reports. I don't know if it's true or not. Reports saying that the young man had some mental health issues.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
did.
Yeah, really did.
And to me, it's one of those things where I look like what happened in his prior 24 hours. If he started losing what was going on, I would just wish somebody could have if he had to get 302, and that's like a psychiatric hold to get him his medication right, then that's what needed to be done 24 hours prior before this happened. And that to me is like he's put in a situation where people aren't trained to deal with that. And like me being a mailman, I've come across that where people are off their medication and they coming at you like you think you like, yo, I've met you before. You're like, why are you acting like this? Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
And you do have to get aggressive with them to get them to back off because they are coming at you full force, and it's one of those things where I'm sad that he lost his life, and it's just I just don't see it. I just don't see where there's a right answer as far as what's the name. I get well, no. Let me put it like this: the right answer is him not lose his life, but at the same time, like I don't think they take that chance with somebody with something in their hand coming towards them if they don't know the intention. Right, wrong, and different. They're not gonna. I don't think it's. They're not gonna take that chance. You know what I mean? So I wish they would use a taser. I wish anything would have happened but the result. And that's the only thing I can say about it. I just wish anything would have happened but the result as far as like people walking away safely. There's a crowded street and there's a man with a knife. They're not gonna like they don't know what's going on in his head. And that's the part where that's how they'll explain it. And it just sucks that it's that type of situation.
I heard that they called the ambulance as well, but the police arrived before the paramedics did. So maybe they was calling because reports that I read is like the family, the doctor. They was working with the doctor, and I guess the doctor might have told him like, all right, it's time to get him to the facility or whatever. So they called the ambulance, and before the ambulance can get there, the police got there, and the result happened. He was having an episode, and granted, they don't know. And like you said,
they're not trained for that.
Exactly.
They're not trained for that.
Yeah.
But there has to be protocol. Why? I know when an ambulance or a fire truck, when you call for, fire truck come first. Police don't come until afterwards. From reading reports, the mom called, like Rock said, the ambulance. How did the cops get intercepted that call, or did the ambulance told, okay, contact the cops and go out to the scene? Like, why that had to happen?
See on that, I don't know if that's protocol. Like, if there's a certain call, like that, if the cops have to be there to protect the
but
paramedics and stuff.
But when you call, when you have a fire, which we had, I'm not gonna say I had a fire here, but I had to call the fire department because of sprinkler was going off, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Fire truck came, police came second. My wife had an autistic guy jump through their parents' window in Mount Airy.
Wow.
They called the ambulance. Ambulance came, cops came. See the trend?
But like,
in this incident, for the mom to call the ambulance because she knew that he had mental issues and something was wrong with him. So she calls the ambulance. Why are the cops coming there first?
In case somebody needs first aid, is what I was going to put out.
Like, yeah, so but this, in this situation, it's obvious it's a mental health issue. So that's why the ambulance were called. Just the same way where that guy jumped through my wife's parents' window, he had a mental issue, like mental health. No,
you're right.
So her dad called, instead of him calling the cops, he calls the ambulance. The ambulance came.
Mm-hmm.
So if the cops would have came before, that brother probably would have been dead because the way he was acting. He jumped through, parents' window. They had to lock him in, in this little area in the kitchen area because they didn't know what he was
episode. Yeah, he was having an episode.
So my whole thing is like, why? Like it just puzzles me why the cops have to interfere in this, I guess, incident and cause a brother, to die. They just follow certain. They gotta have some type of like protocols and rules, like to when somebody calls the ambulance for a mental health issue, like let the ambulance and those type of people handle that first instead of the cops coming. It's a freaking pocket knife at that. You know what I mean? And for 13 shots, from I saw on the news, they had 13 markers down with 13 bullets. 13 bullets from a pocket knife, like.
And that's what I said. I was like, why so many times? Even the person that was recording it said it like, well, why'd you have to shoot him so many times?
In front of his mom?
Yeah.
That's the puzzle, and that's why for me, when it comes to African Americans, it's a agenda to control population, man. Because you're not gonna tell me like it's just weird when the mom calls the ambulance knowing that he has mental health issues, and the
Mhm.
cops come there on the scene and they know, okay, yeah, like how who like I want to know how they intercepted that call or how that whole
Well,
thing went down.
I think the way of course, when you call 911, dispatch dispatches just to the departments that needs to be dispatched. You know, you got the paramedics and you have the police. In this incident, like what I read too, and I don't know what's true. They was saying that the cops had already been out there a couple times that day.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
just a rough neighborhood. Yeah,
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 yeah.
I know
But,
that.
no,
Yeah.
I'm talking about in response to what was going on at that house. With
Mm-hmm.
like the mom had, or that someone in the household had already called the cops a couple times that day. So if that's the case, then it should have been some type of like, hey, we're going back out here. There's an incident at the Wallace residence again. The son is still acting, or whatever the case may be. At that point, if that is the case where there was already caught out there twice before, then that something's going on with this job, right? And now dispatch is telling them, okay, ambulance is on the way, right? So when you get there, yeah, he's out there on the sidewalk, on the porch, or wherever he was initially, having an episode, going through whatever he's going through, and then he has a knife, right? Like he's not like they say his mom tried to take it from him, he pushed her away. Like he's not trying to stab his mom. He's not trying to physically
Right.
harm anyone in the house. Then they come and of course the video and it picks up with them, having their weapons drawn and saying like, back, hey, put the knife down. And they're backing up, that's what the video showed. But I want to know what happened from the time they got there,
A prior,
yeah,
the prior,
to that
yeah,
moment,
yeah.
and the police are saying they're going to release the body cam. That's what I want to see. Like, well, what happened from the time prior to the shooting that you
Well, they
came
say he
that
was.
day?
Yeah, but they say he was walking around with the knife, and all the people that were in that neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
they were literally like on their steps in the car, and they're like, "All right, what is this dude doing?" You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was chasing people and trying to stab them or anything like that. He was just walking the street, just like a homeless person.
Yeah, but you can't. That's what I mean. That's where it sucks
You know what I
because
mean? Like
if you know the person is mentally unstable, right,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they're
that's his
walking
neighborhood
around with a
too.
weapon,
You know what I mean?
but he's walking around mentally unstable with a weapon. What if something just triggers him? You don't know. No one
Well, he's
knows.
already. Well, yeah,
You
I'm
know
gonna
what I
say
mean?
he's already. I mean, he's already triggered. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm saying like somebody getting out of a car and all of a sudden he just goes after them. Now, God forbid something happens to that person, then people are going to ask why the police didn't act. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they're holding off.
Yeah, but
What
I
I
mean,
do like, what I do like though, is that I know I read in Montgomery County, but I think they're going to start doing it in Philly, and I think they don't start doing it in Bucks. They're going to start having like social workers on staff, like support, like people for that type. So this way, when a call like that does happen, they can go out and what I
like a
mean. I
negotiator.
think
Yeah,
kind of like address the situation, like
yeah, like a negotiator. Like they have
yeah,
when the people like
I'll take it
you
one
know.
further, like a language translator. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like kind of
yeah,
like telling them, hey, this is what you're dealing with. Like you don't
yeah.
have to use that kind of force. Just
But
try
I
to get
mean,
them to the ground.
yeah. But the thing that puzzles me is like, okay, he been living in that. He lived in that neighborhood for so you know what I mean for so long. So everybody on that block know who he is.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
But
Like
not everybody knows about mental health, though, man. So you
I
can't.
mean, but he's living there for years. Like
So they probably knew he was a little had.
yeah, they knew he was. Yeah,
It
there's no
depends.
way.
It
There's
depends on
no
whether or not
way.
he's on his medication all the time, right? Like, so if he's
There's
on his,
no
they
way. For he
right.
probably living that. He was 27 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say 20. Let's just say 20 years. We can say 27 years living on that block, and you not know does this kid have a mental issue?
It depends if the person is diligent about taking their medication. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not saying he was. I'm saying like,
but you know when somebody's a little off. You know,
well, I get what you're saying, Frank. Like on the block, you know the ones, even if they are on medicine,
like,
they
exactly
might have
like like don't mess with him because
he's a little off or whatever.
He's a little off, but you know what I mean. And that's the thing that puzzles me because it's like, okay, he's walking around with a knife in the neighborhood. His mom, I think his mom was the one that called the ambulance. So like, he wasn't threatening nobody in the neighborhood. He just, it's just, yes, I understand what you're saying, Greg. Like, you, as a black man, you cannot walk around with no weapon. Like, period.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, period.
You can't walk around with a fake prop knife.
Right. Period. I understand that, but it's just like
no.
It's just crazy.
It sucks. Yeah, it sucks, dude. When I read it and when I saw it, it was just like I just sat there like
I saw the video. I was just like,
and the best term I could come up with, it was Jamie Dukes from the NFL network, or used to work at the NFL network.
He had the boy that's down with Dion, right? Like him and Dion got like a
he might be yeah. But like he has his term. He had a show on XM.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever a situation was just like there was no win in it and there was no good side to it, we will call it like a mud ball. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's a mud ball. Like you can't piece anything out and come out anything. What's the name? No matter what side, what's the name? It's just bad. It's just a bad situation all the way around.
Yeah, but they always know how to pick them. They always know how to pick them.
I mean, my thing is, if that was a different color person, if that was a different color person,
but there's no difference from George Floyd. There's no difference from Breonna. Like, they just know how to pick them.
I know. I'm just saying, if that was a different skin tone, would that have been different?
I mean, they show videos. They show videos of the old guy actually
stabbing. I seen one where he was actually stabbing the cop.
You know what I mean? And the cop boy got his stick out, like, and try to. I'm like,
I mean, why are when we have certain things? When I say we, I mean black men and African Americans have certain things. We're like villains, like we're criminals that that we're just monsters that need to be taken out. But when
it's just
Caucasian person has it, that's when the mental issues they just had a mental, like the kid who shot the people in South Carolina in the church. He has mental issues. Like, they didn't come in and take him out. He had shot 9 people.
They took him to Burger King, didn't they?
They took him to get something to eat. Like,
I got my daughter calling me, telling me, so, did you make it home before the curfew?
Oh, yeah. For those that don't know, Philadelphia issued a curfew 9 p.m.
I'm just like,
because they're looting and stuff down there.
I'm just like, man, they just know how to pick them, man. They got to destroy it. They got to destroy it and rebuild it, man. That's the only way.
Well, I mean, it's like what Greg said. Like, cops are, you can become a cop in less time it takes to get a what they say, like a beautician license, a cosmetology license. Like, this is something where they need to be trained for years before they are out on these streets. I mean,
but those type of people, they willing to take those years.
You say they'll sit down for those years.
Get
out there and do.
They got nothing but time. They got nothing but time. Nothing but time, man.
So
here's the difference though, Frank. Though, if you put somebody through an education like that for years and years, you can hold them to a higher standard. See,
that's the thing. That's the thing. They got to. The court system had to hold them accountable. That's the thing. That's the whole purpose. They got to hold cops accountable. If they do that, then I mean, then you can say, have a 4 or 5 year plan or a 4-year program or not. Just hold them accountable. End of the story. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, just hold them accountable. That's it.
I agree.
Just hold them accountable.
And I think it depends on the officer that people come in contact with. Whether I seen a video where a lady ran out the the house with a knife, stabbed the officer, and the officer jumped. She jumped off the porch and she pointed a weapon at her, and the lady, and she came down the steps. The cop just warned her, like, you take one more step, and the lady, and the lady came to her senses or whatever. And I just think some people are calm in that situation. I think some people just like fight or flight. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna sit there and wait to discern information, you know?
But my thing is, so what's the difference between, okay, if a person where they say you're a compass, so if somebody robs a bank and you're the driver, right? You're accountable, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Your part, you get convicted along with the other person.
So it should be the same, even though you didn't even like.
You didn't go in and rob the bank. You didn't do that.
Go in and rob the bank. You didn't. Sometimes some people don't even know.
But their thing is how they get you is, did you stop them? Did you get out the car? Did you go tell the authorities afterwards? If you don't,
so you're held accountable even though you either driver or you didn't know you was going, the situation.
Yeah.
They should hold cops accountable. Just the same reason, same stuff as that, because people get 15, 20 years and they're like, damn, all I did was drive.
It's going to take one major one for it to be like an effect where everyone then could hold cops accountable. They haven't done it yet. They haven't done it yet.
I'll say this, like, so, and this is not to get too political, but I'm gonna get political. So the platform that they're running on is social justice reform. That they're going to have some police reform. So, by that, it means, what are the police reforms? If you're just going to say, like, I think they're supposed to have like a national standard on how to arrest someone, like no knee, no carotid holds, no choke holds, stuff like that. So go one further. Like I said, why don't you catch up to the rest of the world as far as policing is concerned and police education, and do that? And as a country, we should want them to hold and push that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to be reelected, this is what we need. This is what we want, and this because it benefits all society. Like,
but
if you have a higher standard of policing, then I think it helps everybody. Because if you look at total number of gun incidents in our country versus
other countries, Germany, it's not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah,
not even close. Yeah. And it to me, it's a problem. And granted, we have more guns on our streets than these other countries. I get that, but at the same time,
but remember, cops is more. You got the cops in other countries. They might have unions, they might not. You know what I mean? But here, it's so much like money involved in cops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get all that. Yeah.
Yeah. With drugs, with union, with different types of funds. You know what I mean? But we all know at the end of the day how laws are made. It's all made by money. Laws are made at the end of the day by money. Those 1%ers or 1.5 percenters, they have their laws. They say, look, here's $20 billion. These are the laws we want in place. And that's how the laws get voted on.
No, I mean, that's good. I mean, you led it right into that. I mean, election day is coming next Tuesday.
Oh.
Like we was talking before the pod, like I told Greg, I'm kind of upset because my mail-in ballot got rerouted back to whoever sends them out because they're saying my address wasn't up there. I don't get that, but it's important to vote. It is, and I hope everyone goes out and exercises their right to vote. And I'm not gonna get into which side, left or right or whatever, but do your homework, do your due diligence, and go out and make your vote, Frank. Every vote counts, brother.
If Michelle Obama runs, then I'll vote.
Oh, okay.
hey, hold up.
Because when a black woman in there walking around, they ain't what? It's like mama home.
Her mama home.
You
Oh
better pay
snap!
attention. You better be
Oh
on your P's and
snap!
Q's.
But
I
but
almost
I mean, this year we was just talking. What is like 70 million early mail-in absentee votes so far, which is a record. I think the last elections it was only 6 million total. So
what?
uh,
Not voting or
no. The actual mail-in, the early, what they
uh
consider the early
the early
votes.
voting. Oh
Yeah. People are. I mean, I know. A lot of it may have to do with the pandemic and people not wanting to go to polls and stuff like that. But
yeah.
people are voting. You know.
Mhm.
I mean, even though 45 is sitting here trying to come up with ways to say, well, if the votes are not counted on the third when the polls close, then anything
They
after that
shouldn't
shouldn't count.
count.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know how they're gonna do all that.
just
That'd be ridiculous.
Wisconsin, they doing that. It has to be in by the third, and if it ain't in by the third, it's
it's,
invalid. So
even
like,
like I mean, actually in the office, not post dated. Like
But
Pennsylvania, as
no,
long as you have
it
it
has to
post
be there
dated,
by
it counts.
November 3rd, man.
Wow. Yeah.
Like
wow.
they doing some stuff,
Yeah.
and the good thing, I'll say this: the good thing about the absentee balance is for these communities that are
What we talked about.
getting voter suppression all
Yep.
throughout
Yeah.
because they're
Yep.
closing
Yeah.
polls
Yeah.
and
We
stuff
talked
like
about
this.
that. Yeah.
This is a way around it, and you like they can't do nothing with it. You just drop it off.
Yeah.
Except,
As long as you get the ballot, you got to get the ballot first.
well,
Yeah, that's what my
that
one point
and
said. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Greg.
no. I
Yeah.
was just gonna say like the only thing that they're trying to do is instead of having multiple ballot collections,
Hmm.
they're making one ballot collection for a whole county. You know what I mean? So like, I think it
No,
was
I'm
Texas.
talking about the post office actually delivering the ballot.
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm talking about like, look. I know you're trying to make a joke in there, right? But like,
I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
the
Like
hey,
my John said, shit. It mailed out on the 30th of September. Here it is,
Just
the
check.
29th of
You gonna
no,
October,
you was
and
gonna
I'm
check
listen,
saying,
they
you
did.
you was gonna
Don't
check
believe
Kanye
that.
West anyway.
Don't
I heard he was on there. I heard he was still on there.
on
don't
Pennsylvania's. I don't know if he's in this state. I don't
Nah.
think he registered for. Yeah. Some states he
don't
probably is, but whatever.
don't believe the we mailed it September 30th because
Oh, I
everybody
know.
said,
I
hey,
know.
man, we started getting them like October 15th, so it don't take no 15 days
Yeah, two
to
weeks,
Well,
get.
almost
my,
3 weeks to get
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
well,
like
my wife, yeah, she just got hers. She got hers like a couple of days ago, and she was waiting for it. She was like, "Where is it gonna come?"
I mean, it ain't gonna stop me. Like I said, I mean, if I don't get it, I'll go to my poll and just tell them I need a provision. So I know how to still vote. Like
oh no, you got to. Hey,
Go vote.
go ahead. You want to explain to somebody that might be listening, Rock, what the provisional is and the what's the name?
Yeah. So the provisional is basically don't think just because if you signed up for this mail-in absentee ballot that you don't get it. That okay, now I can't go vote. What you do is you go to wherever you was normally registered to vote. You go to that poll, and then you that polling location, and you just tell them like, "Hey, I'm here. I need a provisional ballot." They may, of course, they may gonna ask you for your ID or whatever, but you can still get that ballot and vote. Like, don't let them tell you if you go there and they say, "Oh, we don't." That's not no. You are by law allowed to get a provisional ballot. And you know, you these are things that a lot, like you said, Greg, a lot of people don't know. They're thinking like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not receiving my ballot. What do I do? Like, I can't
Yep.
vote. No, you can still vote.
And as I tell everybody, like if you're having an issue with your ballot, you don't know where to, like you don't want to send it in the mail, but you
Hmm.
want to know the collection, to call your state representative, call your congressman. This is what you paid them for.
Yep.
They work for you. Let them, hey, collections over here. You know what I
Or
mean?
or go to
Yeah, yeah.
ivotepa.com and it'll give
Yeah.
you can see the locations where to drop your ballot off at.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to put it in the mail. You can actually go take it to a location in your area and drop it off. All right. Well, something. What? What happened? What happened,
This
Frank?
guy says the family of Walter Wallace Jr. is not calling for the officers to be charged with murder. Wow.
What did they?
Wow.
Now, is that accurate or is that just something that?
That's what NBC put out.
Believe.
Oh Lord.
All right, man.
This fraud.
It's it's that time, man.
This gimme guy. Gimme guy.
I mean, we haven't had.
Really?
We haven't had a podcast in a while. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Number four.
17 years. 17 years, 4 rings.
What was that? 4 out of 10?
Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter.
4 for 17. 4 for 17.
How many have been in them been to? How many of them Sixers been to?
Curry got what? Curry got 3 and 8 though. I know Curry got 3 and 8.
3 and 8. Curry who?
Who Curry?
That's a better percentage.
Curry who?
Steph Curry.
Technically 3 out of 4. He got 3 out of 4 titles. When you got a super
super team, it's easy to get there. You should. Why not? And then what did Curry do in the finals? Nothing.
He beat them without him though.
Nothing.
He won.
How many finals MVPs Curry got? Oh, okay. Yeah, Curry ain't do nothing. All right.
Who got his first one?
Congratulations.
Oh, Iggy got the first one.
Yeah, that's when LeBron was by himself. He would have had a half of Kyrie. They would have won.
Yeah,
but congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James and AD.
We already did that last time.
2020. No, we didn't. We ain't been here since then. We're doing it again. Congratulations to LeBron.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he is not a fraud.
Unbearable.
Baby. World champion. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on my T-shirt too. Thank you. You know what I mean?
It'll show up when your ballot shows up.
It should show up with my ballot. But nah, so LeBron and them won the chip. Frank, I mean, your Lakers card gonna get pulled. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep hating on the man. I know what you upset about. You upset that he gonna catch cold next year. That's what you upset about.
He never gonna catch.
That's what you upset about. He gonna get fired.
I mean, he's a statistic guy. He's a statistic guy. So
who's a statistic guy?
Cole, I mean, LeBron.
He plays the game. He can't help it. He gets stats. He plays the game.
He's a stat.
He don't go out and try to fill stats. He just he plays the overall game, man. He can pass.
You can't put a point guard with him. You can't put a point guard with him.
He is the point guard. I'm sorry, point guard. Point guard. He is the point guard. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Don't put him in that category, please.
In what category?
Mike, please.
The greatest player of this era. Oh, I won't.
Don't put him on Mike. Don't put him on Mike.
I didn't say Mike. Who put Mike into this?
You said guy. Like he ain't not on that.
I say point guard. I ain't say
point guard.
Point guard. Yeah, point guard. He's the second best player of all time.
Second.
He's the second best player. LeBron. When he's done, he's gonna have a better career than Kareem. I got Kareem third. I got Kareem third all the time.
If you want to say best career,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would almost listen, but when you say best player,
almost,
bro,
almost,
yeah.
What do you mean almost? Go ahead and agree, Greg. You can agree, Greg. Go ahead and agree, Greg.
Because I'm gonna say this: like, if you're talking about best career, you kind of like you can't overshoot Bill Russell. You win 11 championships.
He played when it was like 4 teams in the league. Bill Russell's in my top 5. But
he didn't go 11 for 20 on finals. You know what I'm saying? Like he went 11. He went.
But it was only like 4 teams in there.
It was more than 4 teams.
The talent wasn't what it is now. Like he's playing with.
Oh, here we go.
He should have dominated
6 feet. 6 foot white guys who couldn't jump. Like, come on, man.
He should have had at least. He should have had at least about 8 by now.
Who? You see them teams he took to the finals?
Come on, he the
Come on,
most
man.
dominant player in the league.
But you see them teams he took to the final.
He lost to the Mavericks.
How many chips? How many? Now that one I give. That's the one blemish. That one I give. That's the one blemish. I give you that
Spurs
grade.
with Miami. Stop, bro.
Well, the Spurs is a great team. But anyway,
no, you can't say it was a great team.
The Spurs won a great. How many chips does Tim Duncan got?
Yeah, but I'm saying they're not a great team.
The Spurs won a great team.
They play X's and O's.
They was a great team.
If you take Ginobili off that team and Tony Park off that team and put them anywhere else, they're average. They just play X's and O's.
That's why I said team, Frank. I didn't say individuals.
They're a great team. They were a great team.
Together, a team. When they play together, they're a great team. They're not one person like LeBron where you can go and make that team great. They're a great team. They role players that fit together.
They had good coaching. Team. It had a good coaching staff. That's all it is.
So Tim Duncan's not a Hall of Famer? He's not an all-time great?
But I'm saying they had a
not all-time great?
They had a great coach. They had a great coach. They put the X's and O's together.
And then that too.
You put any other coach in. You put any other coach in there, they're not winning no 5 chips.
I don't know about that.
They're not winning no. Come on, they're not winning no 5 chips.
Tim Duncan's the greatest power forward.
They're not beating the Lakers. No, they're not without Pop. I'm telling you, they're not beating them.
Beating who?
I can't believe. when
Rock
is going this far off the defense.
No, Spurs beat them. Yeah, Spurs beat Kobe. No, they didn't. Did they?
No.
Yeah, they beat Kobe and them to get to the finals.
1 year, right? I think it was 1 year.
They beat Kobe and them.
Yeah, because I'm saying,
and then the 1 year Derek Fisher hit that 3.
Yeah, they shouldn't have counted. It was after the buzzer.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, come on, man. Like the thing that you got to respect about LeBron is he would take average players to the chip.
Lord.
He's done it in the East and in the West.
Because he can't play with nobody else.
Frank, let me just ask some more questions.
Here we go. AD went there and won.
I mean, it was just half the season.
Half a season. They played 70-something games. It's not half a season, Frank.
Do you believe in participation trophies, Rock?
What do you mean?
Do you believe in participation trophies?
Do I believe in participation trophies? The NBA Finals is not a participation trophy.
No. I'm asking you a question.
But the NBA Finals is not a participation trophy. You're not gonna degrade LeBron reaching the finals, bro. That shit he had.
Get merit for showing.
No, that's what he is talking about. Fuck out of here.
You don't get merit for showing up and getting
anyway. The season they talking about starting the season in December.
This MFer is negative
and January.
On the wrong side of.
But the Sixers wanted them though, right? The Sixers wanted them, right? Yeah,
I didn't want them.
And everything. Fuck out.
I didn't want them.
You would have been happy. LeBron would have signed his.
No, I wouldn't.
Like, we going to the chip.
No, they had to get rid of either Embiid or they probably had to get rid of both of them.
No, they wouldn't. LeBron would have shown them how to win. That's what they need. They needed LeBron.
What? But they wouldn't. They probably with salary cap probably could hold that.
No, at that point they could.
Yeah, they ain't had signed Tobias and all that. He took all that bullshit they gave him. All that wasted money. Good job, Sixers. Wasted ass money. Bet you want to take that back hungry. No refunds, nigga. That's guaranteed.
Next topic.
Hey, I'm pulling your Lakers card, man. I'm pulling your Lakers card, man. Don't disrespect the purple and gold. Because LeBron, you see that right there, right? You see that right there, right?
Do me a favor. Do me a favor.
You see that right there, right?
The asterisk.
You see that? Oh, here you go, an asterisk. Here the fuck you go.
Why don't you just wear your LeBron night uniform when you come on? Like put on your robe with the horns.
When my t-shirt get here, I'm wearing it every podcast until the next chip.
Hold on. So you got a Lakers, a Miami, a Cleveland.
And Cleveland. 3 teams, 3 chips, Greg. 3 teams, 3 chips. I know you want the Sixers to get some of that, don't you?
I ain't even paying attention to you, man. Like
I know you ain't, because when I say the Sixers, you gotta stop the conversation. Like,
look. All
right, anyway, the season about to start. They trying to decide the season's gonna start in December. January. Any thoughts, Greg?
Hold on. So they started in December, not.
They're trying to. The NBA wants to start December 22nd. Mm-hmm. And there's a large group of players and superstars, LeBron James and some of his friends.
Load management.
Like, look, well, Kawhi started his vacation 2 weeks earlier, so he really don't need to rest.
No,
but anyway,
he don't want to start in December either. He don't want none of that smoke.
There's a group or coalition of players that want to start at January 18th, but the money involved and the difference of like that little month span is like, I think somebody said like between $500-600 million for that month. So I'm shaking my head like, yeah. And ultimately, I think they're going to start December 22nd.
Yeah, they want to get it before Christmas and stuff like that.
Well, you also got to look at this. It's about 8 teams that haven't played since last year, since like beginning of the year, like March. You know what I mean? So by the time if it starts in January, you're closer to a year off of basketball, and we all know like yeah, you can
can't hold a whole season.
You know what I'm saying?
What? How did AD even get it? AD just stopped playing a couple weeks ago, bro. AD ain't got nothing to do with that.
What you mean?
Like, yo, don't say nothing about the Lakers no more.
AD had like 30 like every other game.
And what? The finals?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The
finals. I mean, he was going against Duncan Robinson.
That's what I'm saying.
Duncan Robinson.
He's going against Duncan Robinson. Kelly on it. He was cooking Kelly Olynyk.
Jimmy Butler.
So the Lakers controlled who got there. How about the Sixers win the game and then they could have beat them and been in the finals? Tell Embiid to step up. But I'm just saying, y'all talking about who they played. The Lakers can't help this. They can't help who came out the East. Tell them other teams to step up.
Me mugging the worst team that come out in the East Finals since like the
He can't help who got there, Greg. Tell the other teams like the Sixers, Boston, and all them to win the game. Tell Milwaukee with Greek Freak, who's supposed to be the MVP, to beat Miami.
Is that all you got?
That's all they need.
If you wanted to be,
now we should have swept. Now we should have swept them. A chip is a chip. A chip is a chip. Chip is a chip. 4-2, 4-0, 4-1, 4-3. A chip is a chip.
Look. You know your boy was tight when Jimmy got back that last game and it was like 3-2 or whatever. He was nervous.
Hence why they blew him out. That last game.
They should have blew him out.
He was nervous.
They should have. Yeah, he was.
Jimmy
nervous,
Butler. Oh, fuck it, don't ever put Jimmy Butler and LeBron in the same sentence in your life. Now the Sixers wish they had Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler would have got the Sixers to the chip probably this year. Oh, no. Quiet. All right, okay. Crickets. Hey, that's going to be the next time I put it there. Crickets.
Nah, he would have got a Sixers to the chip.
Fuck out of here. He'd have been. You see what he did with Miami?
Yeah, you see the coach? It's two different coaches.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Brett Brown was not going to.
Well, y'all got more excuses than that. Goddamn, little bit, man.
No, Brett Brown. Denver, look at Miami.
Jimmy Butler almost got him to the Eastern Conference Finals last year if Kawhi wouldn't have hit that lucky shot.
It's a system.
Spoelstra is a special coach, man.
I'm not saying Spoelstra is not good. I'm not saying
Spoelstra is a special.
But you got to give Jimmy. What Spoelstra is so special. Why didn't they get to the finals the year before? Why didn't they win the playoffs? Get to the playoffs. They didn't have Jimmy. But who was the all-star? Who was the all-star? Who's the all-star they got? What's his name?
They didn't have an all-star last year.
Exactly, Jimmy Butler. Thank you.
They had an all-star last year.
But they got one. Who's the all-star they got this year?
But you just said why didn't they make the playoffs last year? They didn't have an all-star last year.
So Spoelstra, who's a special coach, got who? And then they get to the finals? Jimmy Butler. Who had Jimmy Butler? The Sixers.
He was in Minnesota and didn't make the playoffs.
They did make the playoffs.
8 seed and got
don't matter. And did they make the playoffs before he got there? Did they make the playoffs since he been there? No, Jimmy Butler. Fuck out of here. What the Sixers do?
Jimmy Butler is not good.
You getting it all twisted.
He say Jimmy Butler's not good.
Miami has a culture. They have a culture. They grind. They practice.
But when was the last time they've been to the finals, Greg?
They had an all-star.
When they had LeBron James. When they had LeBron.
When they had an all-star.
But they had all-stars after that. Dwayne Wade was an all-star after that, right?
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
With that.
He was an all-star after LeBron left. All-star's an all-star, Greg. All-star's all-star. You said all-star. You said all-star, Greg. He was an all-star.
Bro.
Come on, Crash Dummy.
Every argument everything you put up, I can counter.
You talking about Crash Dummy?
Yeah, Crash Dummy. But he still was an all-star. They didn't get there.
Yo.
Jimmy Butler almost got the Sixers to the Eastern
Stop.
Conference Finals last year.
Stop.
Was it Eastern, or was they in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Come on.
Was they in the Eastern Conference Finals? When did Kawhi hit that?
No, they lost.
That was the go to the
Semis.
yeah. That was.
Semis.
All right.
That was.
So Greg, you didn't want the Sixers to sign Jimmy Butler back?
Right. Let me.
No. Did you want the Sixers to sign Jimmy Butler back? Yes. All right.
Yeah.
That's been an episode of the Men Are On a Podcast. You know.
Oh, that's how you gonna end it?
Yeah, because
exactly.
he's sitting here trying to say he want Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's not good. Then you said Jimmy Butler's good.
I didn't say Jimmy Butler wasn't good. When did I say that?
Who said that?
I said that.
No. Yeah, you did. You said that last year. When I was like, yo, y'all got Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy ain't good. Then by the end of the year, you was like, yo, Jimmy. I was like, y'all need Jimmy.
No. Well, put it like this.
Jimmy's a system player.
Once again, Brett Brown was not going to allow this team to go to the finals, bro. He can't coach. You've seen it firsthand.
Okay. I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
No, I don't care what talent you had on there. It wasn't going to get maximized. Now, if you had Jimmy Butler with Doc Rivers and the staff he has now, different. I'm not going to sit here and think that they could go to the finals when I know that they weren't built for it.
So they're going to go to the finals this year?
It depends on what iteration of this team they have. Are they going to have Al Horford on the floor with Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris?
Well, you got Doc, though. Doc will figure that out, right?
He can't. Because first of all, you can't have a guy like Tobias Harris that likes to dribble and can't catch and shoot. So if he ain't going to catch and shoot threes, I mean, he has a license to shoot 9 threes a game and pull whenever he gets it. And he doesn't pull whenever he gets it. That's not part of his game. But
he had his best part of the year last year when he was with Doc and
but that's all off of pick and roll
in LA, right?
Whoa! That's all off of switching and pick and rolls and going to get one-on-one.
But that's the NBA though. That's the offense they play. It's pick and roll.
But that's because you got to remember he was the best player on the team. He's not the best player on the team now.
Yeah, so
you got to get him when
I give you that.
But remember when he was with the Clippers, he was more of a role player. So those open shots came to him. So once they started keying on him, he kind of started going down. But when he was with,
but they can't do that with Ben and Embiid on the floor, right?
Right, but with him being with the Sixers, he feels as though he's the veteran. And he need to be getting those shots. Where it's like, no, you got to go through these young guys. These 2 young guys, you know what I mean? Like he got to shoot his game up.
Yeah, that's my thing. He got to catch and shoot. Like he just when he get it, he got to look to score.
Catch, pull.
Just look to score.
Don't even dribble.
Yeah. I don't mind him dribbling, but dribble with a purpose.
No. Well, put it like this. A lot of times, Ben penetrates, kicks it out to him.
Oh, if he's open, shoot. Yeah.
It's a pump fake, 2 dribbles in, and then either a pull up or what? It's like, nah, bro, shoot the 3. He's kicking it to you because you're open for the 3.
He can shoot. He can shoot a little bit. Like
that's what I'm saying.
But
like, man. So I don't know. Like,
well, maybe, but that's what I'm saying. Doc, he had his best part of his career with Doc. So maybe Doc and Sam Cassell, they'll tell him. Do I think Doc's a good coach? I think he's a good coach.
Ball in his hand.
I think Doc's a good coach.
I would have rather Ty Lue, but I'll take Doc. It's better than what we had. So, and I looking at his coaching.
What makes Ty Lue a good coach? What makes Ty Lue a good coach? We end this. With who?
He won a chip. It don't matter who he won
as a player and a coach.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
With a player and a coach, he won a chip, a player and a coach.
But when he was a player, who he won a chip with?
Kobe
and Shaq.
Yeah, but he was there.
No, we could have been on that team and won the chip with Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, but he had a lot of playing time being with the Lakers at the time because he had a guard A. Well, I ain't gonna say guard A, but yeah, you know what I mean. He was I ain't gonna say a major, but he had a lot of minutes. It wasn't like 2 minutes here, 3. He played a lot of minutes. I'm not saying he was a key guy, but he played a lot of minutes.
My thing is, if you're trying to develop Ben and Joel Embiid, you want somebody that can sit there and go like, hey, I coach LeBron and I played with Kobe and I played with Shaq. You talking about 3 of the top 10 players ever to play in the NBA? That holds weight to, like, you know what I mean? You could tell these young guys.
And I'm not a Doc fan.
But Doc played in the league too. Doc coached KG. But I mean,
yeah, but he did. But before,
KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray.
Right, but we gotta remember before he had KG, Ray Allen, and he had Paul Pierce. They couldn't even make the playoffs.
Man, that team was trash.
They was trash. I mean, we know they was trash. I'm saying you go coach.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say Boston was all right.
So you can't say okay,
KG and Ray.
But you can't. But I'm saying you can't give him another two superstars and say, he's a good coach. You don't got a coach.
Now you
go to the.
Not everybody can coach talent like that though. Like not everybody can coach Hall of Famers like that.
Spoelstra did his second year.
But
you got LeBron and the Wade who.
That's what I'm saying.
But they accepted that. A lot of these Hall of Famers come in with their.
No, they didn't. You saw the stuff that LeBron was doing to Spoelstra, throwing the towel, throwing his shoulder into him.
Stop it,
Rod. Cut it out, Rod.
So LeBron didn't accept Spoelstra.
So he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing.
Oh, now Spoelstra didn't do. Is he a good coach? Is he a good coach? Which one?
He didn't do nothing. But after he left, he had to learn. After he left, he had to learn.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't a good coach when LeBron was there.
Because his first year, they only had Wade, and then the second year, that's when they had that super team, and it was like he really had to do nothing.
Is Steve Kerr a good coach?
He won a chip.
Is Steve Kerr a great coach?
No.
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
I would say yeah. You
gotta coach talent. You gotta know how to coach talent, man.
You gotta manage personality.
In this era? No, you don't. Not in this era.
You gotta manage personality.
Not in this era. No, not in this era. Not in this era.
Yes, you do, bro.
Not in this era.
Yes, you do.
Not in this era. Not in this era.
Because if you don't know, look what happened to him.
Everything is ISO. Everything is ISO.
Look what happened to them at the end. When KD and Draymond and he couldn't manage that team was done. That team was done.
Was him. I don't think that was him not managing that. I think that was
definitely Phil would have knew how to handle it. Look at Shaq and Kobe. They had disagreement. Phil knew how to manage that. Like you got to know how to manage.
What I'm saying is that the whole B-word incident between Draymond and KD. That was an in the game moment. That wasn't something in the locker room where.
But that built up to that, Greg. That built up to that because remember Draymond was just upset because KD would never say that he was staying. Like, and Draymond was just like, "Well, if you don't want to be here, motherfucker, then get the fuck out."
No, Draymond never wanted him from the get go because
he's the one that called him after they lost the chip.
He called him crying.
Yeah, he the one that called him after LeBron and them beat him.
Yeah,
he called Draymond.
Call who?
KD. He's the first one to call him
after that finals loss.
Yeah, after LeBron beat that ass. Yeah. Yo, I need you, man.
Come join the team.
Yeah, I can't. We need you to beat this motherfucker, man. Like this nigga, he's in his prime. He gonna kill us.
I think they said. I think that the quote was, "We need
you." Like this motherfucker too good.
He too good.
I don't think that was the rest of the quote.
Fucking Kyrie and fucking Love. What you mean too good?
And what Kyrie done since he left? I'll wait. What Kevin Love done since he left?
Cleveland was last place. Players. You act like they dominant players. You act like they're dominant players.
But you just all right. Which one is it, man? Is it Kyrie or is it LeBron? Which one?
Which one? Dominant players.
LeBron makes everybody better.
Well, we'll
Can
see.
we agree on that?
KD. We'll see.
Can we agree on that?
And Kyrie. We'll
now it's KD and Kyrie. Them motherfuckers gonna be fighting. Kyrie gonna be like, yo, the earth is flat. KD ain't on my level. Like I don't know. Like. Kyrie gonna go somewhere off into some Looney Tunes, man. KD gonna be like, yo, get this boy the fuck out of here, man. Like, you'll see. Mark it right. December 29th. I said it. You'll see. Then you're gonna be like, oh, well, Kyrie fucked that up. KD could have beat him, man. They always got an excuse when it comes to this man right here, man. Just accept the fact that he is the greatest player of this era. Well, that's his father time. I mean, let it go. I don't know what to tell you. I don't care about his hairline. His hairline ain't got shit to do with this game, dog. You see that? You see that right there? You see that right there? That's what he got right there.
I have no disagreement. I have no disagreement with that comment. If you say this era, I have no disagreement with that. He's the most dominant in this era. I agree to that. I don't. You know what I mean? So
okay.
But to put him,
I'm glad this is recorded because I'm gonna play this back for you all the time.
Echelon of
I'm not gonna say he's up
ridiculous.
on Mike's level. I would never put him above Mike. I would never ever. So like
for the backhanded comment.
No. Mike is the greatest player of all times. Mike is the greatest player of all time. Wait for it. Anyone who ever says LeBron is better than Mike don't know ball. You cannot ever say LeBron is better than Mike. Never will say that. Mike is number one. He's the GOAT. But LeBron is number two. And I'm okay with
All right, so okay.
Shut up, Frank.
But anyway.
So no,
shut up, Greg.
He's really not.
The greatest career. He's going to have the greatest career
that you could say
ever.
You could say
career. That puts him number two. The greatest career ever of all time. He's going to be the all-time leading scorer. And he's not a scorer. Like, that's what's crazy. He's not a scorer.
Stop, bro.
He's a scorer? He's considered a scorer?
He got the ball in his hand in there.
Just because you got the ball in your hand. Just because you got the ball in your hand don't make you a scorer. Doesn't make you a scorer. Magic Johnson wasn't a scorer. He had the ball in his hands. Exactly. So don't give me that because he got the ball in his hand. A lot of people got the ball in their hand and ain't scorers.
How did he get dragged into a whole LeBron James?
You got to celebrate that. You got to celebrate that. You already knew. You already knew. You already knew when he got that fourth. You already. Y'all better be glad he ain't up here today.
17 years.
Hold on. Let me just ask you this.
You got people that played 20 years ain't win one. What you saying?
Like why are you going hard for a fourth championship when you got his agency like colluding in the league and destroying teams? Get out of here with this, man.
Stop trying to bring a black man down, Greg.
Ain't nobody trying to bring a black man down. It's a truth.
Stop trying to bring a black man down.
Now they're trying to get Brandon Bill, Chris Paul.
What's the problem?
Like, really?
What's the problem? When Golden State did it, nobody said, man, what's the problem?
Who?
When you want to build a super team, the Clippers doing it. They got Kawhi, Paul George. Now they trying to go get.
They'll give LeBron that, but when Cole was asking for that, they were like,
they got Paul Gasol.
No, the whole league. The whole league was like,
no, we banning it. That was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
The whole league was like,
that was cool.
No, the whole league was writing letters like, no, this can't happen. Because they knew who they knew.
Fair.
Yeah, but remember that was the Cleveland owner because remember LeBron had just left. That's
the caliber. That's the caliber of Kobe and LeBron. Like the different fundamentals and the skill level. They're like, oh hell no. But they give LeBron.
They gave him Paul Gasol. He won 2 chips. Be happy.
Yeah, but Paul Gasol wasn't even. He was.
Don't say Paul Gasol wasn't good. He was an all-star. Don't say he wasn't good. Don't say he wasn't good. He's a Hall of Famer. Paul Gasol is a Hall of Famer.
He's AD? He AD?
Yeah.
Huh?
He AD?
He know you know the answer. That's why he said huh? That's why he said huh.
Is he who? Is he
AD? Is he AD?
Who? Antonio Davis? He's better than Antonio Davis.
Antonio Davis now.
AD is overrated anyway, but
Antonio Davis wasn't never rated. What are y'all talking about?
We're not talking about him.
Who are you talking about?
I say Anthony Davis is
Anthony Davis. He better than Anthony Davis?
Who?
Two
LeBron?
people talking about
Paul
Gasol.
LeBron.
Paul Gasol better than AD?
I give them they about the same.
Stop, bro. All right. Yo, end this drum, bro.
They gave him Paul Gasol. Wow. All the dominant centers back then.
And they gave him Ron Artest.
Come on now.
There you go.
Paul Gasol was like Mike.
Don't look like that, Greg. Because if Ron Artest win the ball that game 7 against Boston, Kobe wouldn't have had his 5th chip.
No,
you know that. Kobe was off. Kobe was playing like ass.
No,
rest in peace, Kobe. But you was playing like ass in Game 7. That 2nd chip.
No, he was trying to do too much. He was like playing like ass. He was
playing like ass.
No, he was just trying to do too much.
Ron Artest saved him.
But Paul Gasol was his Pippen. That's who he was. That was who.
Yeah, exactly. Paul Gasol was good. Don't act like Paul Gasol was trash now. Like,
I didn't say he was trash. I said he was.
Paul Gasol led Spain.
He was mediocre.
He led Spain to beat the U.S. team, man.
Can you stop?
They trashed him, dog. Paul Gasol, the best player in the world. I can't. No, that took it too far.
This is why LeBron is like so low on my
because the people like this they talk reckless.
Exactly, bro.
Now that was a joke. That was a
That's
joke.
what I said. Nah, you believe it though.
Pau Gasol was the greatest player in the world?
Yeah,
No.
You say he was a great player?
At that time when Spain beat that, we ain't have our superstars when Spain beat it. So Pau Gasol was the best player in the world. That was LeBron. LeBron's still the best player in the world back then. He's been the best player in the league in the world for the past 10 years.
He's above average.
He's way above average.
Yeah.
He's way above. He's better than the B. Is he better than the B?
No.
All
right.
No, he's not better than B.
He's a better. I'll say this. He's a better passer. He's a much better passer.
Because he was not in Memphis averaging 26.
No, he wasn't.
He was averaging 20. He was averaging 20 and 10.
That team wasn't even going nowhere near the playoffs. You can
26.
Look it up.
Who averaged 26?
And B averaged like 25, 26.
He played 20 games. Pau Gasol played 482. You can average 26 and 20 games.
That's the same thing with the chip. Y'all played like 17 games.
Dog, they played 70-something games this year, Frank. Cut it out,
man.
Like, the season was damn near over because we know because fantasy was coming to an end. Shout out to Pete for winning the fantasy championship.
It should have been over.
Should have been my championship.
So Greg, when we do get the time that they're going to start, though, we got to set up how we're going to do the draft and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then we're going to record that too.
Second pick, Luka.
What am I? The fourth? Am I third?
And the Lakers trying to get him too.
Yeah.
Oh, Luka?
LeBron, like, yo, I need somebody. I need help.
LeBron.
That's all we gonna hear this year.
Hey, man.
I need more help.
17 years, man. 17 years, dog. I need somebody to play the regular season. And once we get to the playoffs, I'll take over and do what I do. Greatness.
I need more playmakers. I need more playmakers. I need more help. Oh my gosh. This is too much. Any more of the all-stars not playing? Look,
great episode, fellas.
He got the best center in the league.
It was good catching up with you guys, man. You guys be truly be safe out there, man, because they out here getting rid of us, man.
Every NBA organization
this is the Men of Honor podcast. You know what I mean? We like to thank everybody who listens to us on Spotify. Where else we on? Apple Podcast. We like to thank everybody who watches.
Hold on. Before you leave, they didn't even make a Lakers like final chip like DVD yet, did they? Or they not?
Yeah, they are.
Because it's an asterisk. Because everybody else got a DVD. Final championship DVD.
Dog, it'll be out next week. You cool?
Hey, Rock.
I get you one.
Quick question. Is it going to have like the behind the scenes footage of like Rich Paul going into New Orleans Pelicans and getting them to like trade?
Oh, Greg, you better be worried about. You know Rich Paul represents. You know he represents Ben Simmons, right? So you better be worried about that. All right? Ben gonna be like, I'm out of here. I'm going to LA. This is the Men on the Podcast, y'all. Y'all be safe out there, man.
He ain't gonna shoot out there.
He gonna shoot.
He ain't gonna shoot out there.
Yeah, hold on. Before you leave, y'all see Ball and Ben Simmons working out. Like, why are they working out together?
No, they not. Please say no.
I didn't see that. You didn't see it?
See that. No, send that to me. Don't send that. Put that on.
Send that to me.
Send that to me.
I'm like, yo, why are they working out? Two people that don't shoot.
And I'll post a clip of that. I'll post a clip of that on the podcast so everybody can see what you're talking about. No, I ain't posting that shit. I don't want to see that. Nah, but send it to me though. I need a good laugh video.
Why LeBron always crying like a chip, like he earned it?
This is the Men on the Podcast. Signing out.